So today's going to be a very personal video. It's been on my mind for a while and I just want to go and let out. First of all, disclaimer. The SBU already knows about these people from some of my friends who reported them, so it's already general knowledge. Also, their countries of origin, they already know, so I'm not going to go into personal details. I'm not going to be naming any names, but some of the people I served with in other groups that I was with have joined the Russian side. Like, not just talking about it, oh, I support them, like literally on the other side. We'll never be able to go back to their homes, are terrorists in every sense of the word, and it's very unfortunate. But I want to talk about it because the foreign fighter community is like this, and obviously my background, it's not just the Marine Corps. It's not just fighting for Ukraine, where I am right now. It is the groups in between, the YPG and the YPS. We were all there back in the day, fighting against imperialism. The thing about like the people who joined these groups, the YPG and YPS, it was working with the Kurds in Iraq and Syria. Some of the people went there not for anti-imperialism, like I did. Some of them went there because they're anti-NATO. Anti-Western powers. They hate NATO. They hate capitalism. They hate everything about that. A lot of them, they view Russia as like this anti-capitalist thing. And the thing is, like, Russia is capitalist, but they look back at the Soviet Union and they really hope that Putin is going to bring that back. It's obvious that's what he's trying to do. Anyway, this is all politics stuff. I'm not going to get super into that part of it. But yeah, the first time that I realized that I might be fighting against these people in the future was when I was Mufachi, the cook, one day back in Syria, 2019. Some of the friends came in there, checking on my lentils, seeing when it's ready. And anyway, I wasn't ready. It took about 30 minutes more. So they just started talking about Ukraine, and 90% of the people that were there at that time, they were going to join Ukraine in the future. Many of them I've seen here, but there's a small minority, 10%, who are not fighting with the Kurds for anti-imperialism. They're fighting for their very extreme leftist values. But one of those guys was straight up saying, oh, you're going to join the Ukrainian Nazis? I'm going to join the freaking Russians. I'm going to join the DPR when I'm done with the YPG. And it was just a weird thing. Like, we're shoulder to shoulder, we're fighting against evil. But we have this totally different idea of what evil is and why we are here fighting with the Kurds. We all had a reason. So it was wild. I mean, if you look at the Russian propaganda, like it definitely started off, especially in the 2022 part of the invasion. Oh, it's Ukrainian Nazis. We're coming here to go and liberate the Ukrainian people from these Nazis. They found out after a very short while that 99% of the people that are in the Ukrainian army are not Nazis. It's like 1%, but those are just like far-right people saying, get off our land. And then once they realized that, they started to shift the propaganda from like Nazis to we're fighting against NATO. Look at NATO. They're trying to bring in LGBT parades and into the streets of Ukraine and also us. And that's not the reason that like you started the war off with. Pretty cringe to go and change your propaganda like by month. And eventually the propaganda just turned into, Ukraine isn't even a country. It never was and never will be. And we're going back to go and take back what's ours. And this is just classic imperialist rhetoric. The US has done this in the past plenty of times. Spain, Portugal, Germany, Britain, including Russia. And this is like all throughout Russia's history. You look at Poland back in 1939. You look at like all these different things and it's disgusting. The reason that I joined the Ukrainian side and the reason that the majority of my friends have joined the Ukrainian side is to go and get rid of imperialism. It's sick. It's a disgusting disease that nation states can believe that, oh yeah, I can just take back this land. And there's tens of thousands of people who have died in this war so far, and it's only gonna climb. You look at the dam that was blown up. You look at the counteroffensive where Ukrainian soldiers have to go now fight back and push and trench by trench. The weirdest part about this whole situation is, obviously I'm not on the front line right now. I'm an instructor, okay. But a lot of my friends are on the front line. A lot of the friends who I was with in Syria and in Iraq, and they have to be the ones where they're gonna be pointing their rifles at an enemy, and they don't know if it is one of the guys they were fighting with in the YPG, in the YBS, or whatever group they were in. And it's really, really sad, and it's, that is the state of the world right now. And, but at the end of the day, those guys aren't our friends anymore. Even if you join because of your ideals and stuff, like, okay, I can sort of see that. I mean, if you really buy into the propaganda and you're just being fed and you really believe it, like, humans are stupid. Gotcha. We do stupid things sometimes. But they join the Russian side, knowing that 90% of the people that were in Iraq and Syria with them, fighting side by side with them, helping them, saving them, are on the other side. We were here before them. They joined just months ago, and they joined knowing that they might be fighting against one of us. Those aren't friends. Those are people that are, they're sick and delusional, and it's sad. But at the end of the day, I cherish the moments I had with those people. They were good back in the day. You know, I call them friends. I served with them. They did their job back then. They have different ideas of the world, vastly different ideas of the world. And if we have to go and somehow see each other in the front line and we have to go and attack each other, we're warriors. We fight for the Ukrainian army, they fight for the imperialists, and that's just how it is. There's nothing personal there. It is soldier against soldier at that point. But it's pretty disgusting that they would decide to do that knowing that we're here. Anyway, this is a very, very small majority. It's like 2 people I'm talking about. One of them is very, very young, 20 years old, very impressionable. and the other guy is pretty old. And it's obvious how that worked. You know, it's this impressionable guy who was under the leadership of this older dude who then invited him to go and, hey, join us over here. And now this impressionable 20-year-old can never go back home because he's a f***ing terrorist. You think about when you were 20 years old, or like years ago, 6 years ago for me. 6 years ago for you might be, you know, less or more, but think about that. Think about how different you were. Think about your decisions. Make sure you do the right decision. Make sure you really think about it, and don't jump the gun with this stuff. Don't do something stupid like that. Really think about it. And that's all I want to say in this video. Thanks to all the members. You guys have been supporting me and my old team a lot, and I just want to say thank you from them to you. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Got a lot more videos to go and post. And yeah, hey, peace. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe out there, and make sure you cherish your friendships while you can. All right. Now, I'll see you guys later.